Hello, Sage here on the Sage channel, and welcome back to another episode of Singular Survival. As I mentioned in the previous episode, this time we're going to go ahead and head ourselves out to our tunnel and continue trying to sneak under those bastards. Now, our drills and stuff should technically still be out there from that time we died, but I'm not going to risk it, so I'm actually bringing our drills and everything with us again. Once we get out there, we'll just be, as I talked about, maybe digging a trench underneath the whole thing, but I suspect it'll be more of a subterranean tunnel, just doing a grid pattern or something like that, poking our head out every now and again, just to go ahead and see what we can see. Overall, I think it'll be alright, and long as, well, nothing too bad happens, we should be fine. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm just saying long as no drones get too close to us and long as we're cautious. Oh god. Also, just decided that on our way here, we're actually going to set down right here, since I did mention, somebody else mentioned, that sometimes you can find platinum in these, so I'm just trying to see if we can, that's nickel, nope, you do land. So if we see any of those, we'll just stop by them really quickly. We're 5,000 out, so a little tiny bit more time to go by, and we can stop at another one of these. This is a biome we haven't actually spent too much time in. We flew over it, of course, when we attempted our bombing run some time ago. What are you? You're uranium, maybe? Silicon. They really need to change that, by the way, just the 300 years of waiting for something to show up. It's not too bad, I guess, especially not with the hand drill, but when you're in a ship, they need to, like, up the range and everything for scanning stuff. Because, man, you're, like, hovering over a big dark patch, waiting. You're almost out of the dark patch now because you've drifted slowly by it, and oh, there we go, you find out what it is. Oh, boy, magnesium, this one. Oh, wow, we kind of hit the mother load over here. Look at all these. See, why can't I? Yeah, they really need to change that. There we go. Uranium, that's useful, but we got some closer to base. What are you, huh? Something useful? Come on, this is just silly. Silver, awesome. I imagine how cool it would be if you're like, okay, let's go check those. And this one here is, oh, it's Kibble Cops, okay. And this one's Timmy Tombs, or whatever. Those are the weirdest material names ever. But, just quick, just lickety-split, instead of taking an age. Alrighty, we're coming back to our opening, and we're going to go into this quick. We're not going to dilly-dally, because the longer we're on the surface, the more, well, the closer our enemy drones will get to us, so, oh god, we've overshot a little bit. Come on, get down there. Get down there. Gotta get out of the line of sight. Alrighty, and it looks like our backpack might have despawned. Again, I don't see why the hell a backpack despawns. I don't understand why it's not treated like any other piece of wreckage where the cleanup tool will get rid of it after a while. Just treat it like a block or something. I mean, they've already changed it so it just turns into a singular block, so don't quite understand all the logic behind it. Boy oh boy, I wish we had batteries, and boy oh boy, does this tunnel look different when it's during the daytime. Not that that makes any sense, considering we're underground, this tunnel should be still pitch black. Oh, alrighty. Back at their base. Whew, that took quite a while to get back here. And here's our little droppy points. Alright, so there's the surface where we got shot at that one time. We don't want to stick our head up any farther. If I was to guesstimate where we are... Alright, so there's the beacon, which means that Sprat headquarters, right there, all one word, is probably the antenna spawning enemy units. Ooh, look, there's some crater damage, I guess, from one of the bombs we dropped. Probably the one that hit the walkways, if I was to guess. I'm hearing gunshots, but I'm not seeing anything. Aha, look. There it is. It's right there. Okay, so that, oh, right, there's an antenna telling me right where it is, too. Stinging advisory. You get so blind to the names of all these when there's like 20,000 dots about. Alrighty, so we want to get right under that. Let's see if we can find a pylon. There's a pylon right there. So let's go ahead, try to make our way over. I think there's another turret over there shooting at us. Let's not get hit by that, eh? So let's try to make our way to that pylon right there and dig ourselves up in through that. If we can find the power supply of this whole place, we can, in theory, shut it down. We might actually get shot here. If we carve this in the wrong angle, we're going to get blasted away. Yeah, we'll just hope he doesn't shoot us. That's a stupid plan, isn't it? But I think we'll be alright. Yeah, we were alright. Cool. Part of the reason why I didn't want to... Oh my god, overthink it too much was because shit, son, bitch, fuck! Pardon my language. Because, of course, I needed to line up the direction we're going in, which is towards that, without looking away, which, of course, I did look away a little bit, and then I went upwards far more than intended. So now we have another opening here, which increases our chances of getting our brains blown out. Yay! Luckily, I don't think any drones are coming this way. We are going to have to worry a little bit now about cyber hounds. And of course, if the drones do move, now we have more open areas for them to be, hey, I'm going to stick my head in here and just put a bullet through your face if you don't mind, buddy. Which could be, of course, very, very dangerous. As bullets to the face usually are considered pretty dangerous. Alright, let's see. How close are we? We're pretty damn close. I think maybe 5 or 6 more of these little ticks of it cutting away at stuff. Also, notice how quickly this just updates, cutting away. Whoa. Alrighty. I wish it would update, that quickly whenever you, I have an idea. Whenever you actually use a ship to drill, at least a small ship. Let's go ahead. We don't have any steel on us, damn it. I was thinking we could go ahead and make a platform here, or we can still do that, why not? So let's go ahead. This should be the outer wall of the thing, and I have an idea. We're going to go ahead and actually, oddly enough, as long as this is more than just a few pieces wide. How wide is this? Is it just 2 wide? Good, it's 3 wide, cool. So, what we're going to do is dig ourselves out an area here. We're actually going to go back to our base and grab the stuff we need for a medical area. And we're going to put ourselves a respawn point in here so we can sort of zerg this thing. Using their own power supply, I think, should even work, because they'll just power our respawn point. I don't need to weld this up all the way, but I don't. For some reason, I feel like I need to at least weld up the connection points all the way. We'll grab some more metal. We got a ton here now, of course, since we can just start harvesting this whole thing. Our only danger is if we were to go ahead and access the surface world. And in fact, you know what? I've changed my mind a little bit. We don't need to weld these up all the way. I'm just wasting resources, aren't I? We're going to go ahead, pop you down, put you in right down here as soon as our screen's not frozen. There we go. Flip. And this is going to be where our medical bay is going to go. Just right here in the ground, safe and sound. There we go. Again, I hate the fact that they don't let you place. Sometimes, like, they'll stop you from placing a block. Like right there, they're not letting me place it. Why not? What's wrong with letting me place a block partially into a wall? I mean, otherwise you have to do all this silly digging. I don't know. Maybe there's some reason there in the fact that it's unrealistic and they want you to be able to mine out chunks and stuff, but guess what? Your game doesn't have too much precision when it comes to mining. Okay, medical bay. Go ahead and place you in right here. Oop, right like that. I need interior plates. Well, we don't have those right now, so let's just go ahead and start mining our way upwards, shall we? And if we happen to find any interior plates, well, we happen to find interior plates. Looks like we're going to have a lot of just excess stuff dropping right here. I do have world cleanup sort of disabled, so yeah, all the little components should just stack up right here. We'll probably end up almost invading this base from the inside out, like some sort of terrible virus. Kind of befitting that our main ship's been renamed to the Iron Virus, I guess. Okay, yep. More pieces, cool. And we're just going to go ahead and head our way all the way up into the top of this thing. Oh, and by the way, my plan, oddly enough, is that once I run out of power here, press F to pick up a bunch of components that you can't pick up because your inventory's full. Yeah, no shit. And so they just floated there and then they fall after I bump them. How very odd. But anyway, once our energy runs out, I'm just going to go ahead and pretty much off our character here. We have... yeah, we're going to need to bring more hydrogen bottles, but what I'm going to do then is respawn at base, grab ourselves some inventory, the stuff we need for the medical bay, at least as much as we can carry, and then come back out here and drop it off. Yeah, man, we're making pretty good progress. Our energy is actually holding up reasonably well. I hear the gun turrets firing, but I'm assuming they're just firing at, what do you call those buggers? The cyber hounds running about. And hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, none of this stuff that I'm cutting will actually get destroyed. We should just have a big stockpile of metal sitting down below us once this is all done. Yep. Alright, well, we're at 3% power. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now so we don't just unpredictably die. Boop, you can even see the little bit of metal was bent up there, which means we're almost up at the top. We're at 1.6% power. Coolio. I'm even going to weld up some of this stuff. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway, since we have so much steel just sitting around. And there we go, our energy's out. Cool. Jetpack, do you still work even without energy? Oddly enough, you do. I say oddly, because in the past it would always disable it. Alright, well, we're going to switch off any of our tools. In fact, you know what we're going to do, since obviously your backpack despawns after a while, we're just going to drop everything here. Since there's no point in keeping it all in your inventory where it could just despawn. Dun, 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 even our little bits of scrap metal. Cool. Hopefully this will all just stay here safe and sound. I'm pretty sure it doesn't delete any of this stuff if it's not going to delete, if it's not running cleanup. Alrighty, and now we're going to do a backspace and kill ourselves. Kids, don't do that at home, at school, at work, or anywhere. Alrighty, and then respawn at our medical room here. Coolio. And let's see, what all does it take to build a medical room? Hopefully we'll be able to carry most of this just with us. So we'll go ahead, first and foremost, drop off all of this, since we don't need any of that. Secondly, we're going to go ahead and grab some bottles of hydrogen. We'll grab 3 of those. It's going to take up some precious inventory space, but whatever. And then secondly, we're going to press G, and we're going to find our medical room. It's so strange that it's called a room. Alright, we need 15 medical components. First and foremost, let's just see if we can hold those. Medical components. We got 12 there. Wow, they are really, really heavy. This is going to be much more difficult than I thought. Well, if we're really lucky, let's go ahead and do a enhanced. What the balls? There we go, there's our enhanced grinder. Proficient. I didn't build enhanced, I built proficient, of course. We're going to grab ourselves one of these, and where's a drill? These, there we go. And what I'm going to do is actually do an experiment here. And we're actually going to go ahead and just double check really quickly that our turrets are turned on. Okay, they are, because we were at the enemy base, so they might have sent something after us and it might follow us all the way back here. And what I'm going to do is just dig a little tunnel, and we're going to see if we can build a drone small enough to actually fit through the tunnel. That way we can load it up with the supplies we need, and then fly it all the way back to the other base. Well, to our new secret little sneaky base. So, there we go. Test tunnel is dug. If it can fit through that, it should be able to fit through everything else. And let's see. How would it take to weld this so that we can just build the drone? We don't want to build the drone down here. We want to build it up here by our big, huge welding drone. This guy. Coolio. And we're going to start it over here. So let's grab some loans and just get started. And actually, we don't want to build it on this corner. We want to build it over here where there's welders. That would have been very bad. Alrighty, so we've started out by just putting in one of these little guys right here, and just to see how much this can actually hold. So this can... Really, that's all you can carry? Is 300? I was hoping you'd have a little bit more than, like, my inventory, you know? But that's, like... Yeah, it's nothing. Oh, shit. Alright, so there was that experiment. Small inventory container, absolutely worthless. It would take way too many of those, so we might as well up it to a medium. If I can find it on my hotbar, dagnabbit, there we go. So I'll put a medium in. I'll start welding it up here, but I'll just turn on the welders up here in a second. I should really just go ahead and put a button on so I can turn them on and off from a more easy position instead of flying all the way up there. What would it take for a button? Oh, the plans deviate. Button panel, and for just a button right here. Next to nothing, really. There we go. And then let's press G on, oh wait, no, K on that, and set up our welding group. So, sausage welders, there we go. Turn those on and off. If I can just have some sort of outline of the toolbar down there, that'll be useful. Oh, it's way over there. Brilliant. Those outlines really shouldn't be on the same sliders just like the background. Cool deal. So if we press this now, it should turn those on. Cool. Press again, should turn them off. Cool. That should make that a lot quicker for our research and work here. Cool. So let's see, how much can this hold now? This can hold 10,000. Much, much more. So let's see if that's enough to hold our components that we need. Medical components. We got 12. Wow, we're going to have to go ahead and empty our inventory as well, just so we can get all these loaded up nice and quick. And of course, this will be able to hold it, because half of it was our inventory, and this is, well, far more than double our inventory. So we'll just load it up with the supplies we think we're going to need, and then get to work on building the rest of the ship. Alrighty, the dang thing's loaded up now. Got everything we should need, as well as a few extra stuff for another chair once we get there, so we can actually put a chair in as well if we just want to sit and recharge our batteries. And now we can go ahead and start putting in the thrusters. Now, oh boy, now I need to remember how much thrust it actually takes to lift one of these buggers, and how much thrust these things actually give off, and I can't remember off the top of my head, so let's do a quick Google. Let's escape and actually pause the bloody game. And we have this ratuska.fi, I think it's French, I'm not sure, /se/thruster, and hopefully this will be enough. And let's see, weight, we don't exactly know yet. A small cargo container. Aha, here we go. One medium cargo container. Will it just figure it out for this? Include calculation. Cargo calculations. Yes, indeed. So that would be... Oh, okay. I think we'll come back to that later once we actually have some more components on this ship. So let's go ahead and put in our forward... We want to put a camera on? No, let's not bother. Let's just deal with the simple stuff that we're going to need to make it actually work. We're going to need one of you. That right here. We're going to need an interior place to start that up. Dagnabbit. So you right there. Let's get our antenna right behind you. In fact, we don't even need an antenna on this one. We're going to go for super lightweight. What else do we need? We need a gyroscope, so let's go ahead and place our gyroscope in right there. I don't know if the welders are going to reach it, so that's why I'm doing some of this. Alright, so we'll sit there, we'll remote control, because we're connected directly to it. We'll use the gyroscope, so now we should be able to go to our information tab and see the weight of this ship. So grid mass is 13,000? Oh, that's disappointing. It's counting the entire thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think it definitely is counting the 13 million. Yeah, it's counting the whole bloody station and everything it's connected to, I'm assuming. Which isn't ideal. So let's just assume that the mass of this is some piddly amount. We have one cargo container, 30,000, probably more than we need. 1 times planet gravity, and thrust force. I mean, I guess, what's this even mean? Why do you have a thrust force? You're telling me thrust force. Okay, so small grid thruster, we'll just say 82,000. Boop. And get rid of that space in there. So now will you actually calculate it out? Aha, okay, so you're saying full of platinum cargo, so completely full of, we would need 13 thrusters, small thrusters. I think we'll be fine with like 4 or 5 of them. If that, because I don't think our ship is going to weigh. Wow, I put a lot more weight in there than I thought. Let's try this again. That's still about the same, even though I dropped the numbers. Why does this keep going to 200,000 as ship weight in kilograms, even though I put like 20,000 in? Whatever, I think we'll be alright. Let's just fiddle about. I think that was just a waste of time, honestly. So let's just put 3 of you in here. We're gonna, basically this is going to be the Ugly Duckling Mark II. Let's put you, and you. Alright, I changed it around. I got really uneasy because I realized it's supposed to go in a hole. It can't be starting to get so tall and wide and all this stuff. So I've botched it back down to a smaller scale again. And I'm going to go ahead and just put in a ton of small reactors because hopefully... oh my god, no. That one is very, very bad, actually. Hopefully, a bunch of small reactors will be able to power this, considering a lot of those ships that come at us have a bunch of small reactors inside of them. They also have a battery, of course, but okay, how much power do these take? If we go into our, god damn it, I missed that completely. If we go into here, and we go into here, and type in thruster, we can see max required input is 701 kilowatts. 701, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're gonna have another one, so 11 thrusters total. So we're going to need a calculator. 11 times 701, so we need 7,711 kilowatts total. And I have no idea at all how much power a small reactor outputs, because I don't think I've ever used one. Not really. So we're just going to put in one here, one... I'm out of steel plates. Cool. This is not ideal. Let's go ahead and just remove this. We'll put it back in. We're going to fill that whole area, even if the place this is connected to, with them. Actually, we'll even do this for the time being, so we don't have to remove another one. And you're not letting me. Okay, cool. That's fine. I don't mind. There we go. Got those in there. We'll go ahead and weld those up. It should be able to reach them all. It doesn't actually put uranium into them, because they're not piped up or anything, but should at least get them in, and then we'll be able to check how much power they actually output. Remember, the number we need is... we closed it out, didn't we? Son of a bitch. Calculator, once again, it's 701 times 11, was it? 7711. I just closed it again without even thinking, so 7711. Good thing we didn't just get killed by those. So maximum output is 500. Jesus, that is nothing. So we're going to need quite a bit. So we're going to need at least 700 times 4. I'm rubbish at maths off the top of my head, so 700 times 4, 2,800 divided by 500 is 6 reactors just to keep us hovering well. So 6 reactors, keep us hovering. We can start filling that in over here. In fact, you know what? I'm changing the design again. I'm going to remove this one. Hopefully, yeah, we have enough inventory room. And we're just going to go ahead and put it down here on the bottom. That way our quarters should be open up for all of this as well. Because I'm just a little bit worried about trying to squeeze the ship into those tunnels and just bumping the edges and stuff, and everything just goes kerpoop all of a sudden. So there we go. Move that. I'll just leave this open right here, and then we'll remove this so this is open as well. Cool. And for our side thrusters, we'll put one there and one. I'm surprised we can't put it right there. That's not making sense either. The welder must be blocking it in some way, so we'll fix that once we get it done. Cool. Let's try welding all this up. I'm going to go find ourselves some uranium. Grab 10 of that to spew about. And hopefully this will be enough to just get it hovering. Then, once that's done, we can go ahead and let's do 2 of the, 3 in each. How about that? 3, 3, 2, 2. Alright. Grab you, grab our remote control. Take control over you, and let's just hold spacebar. So we've overloaded, and it's not really telling us, unfortunately, by how much. You're right, because remote control doesn't allow for third person, we can't even see how far the flames are going down to get a vaguest idea of how well it's even doing. Brilliant. Alrighty, so we're definitely gonna just have to, I guess, manually weld these up, which is a little bit unfortunate. There we go. Let's go ahead now. Just double check. We should have everything in there correct. Coolio, everything is golden. You might notice we're missing steel plates and metal grids. That's because we have a billion of them back at the enemy base. Main container. Let's drop you back off. Let's drop you. Let's go ahead and find our locked, because I dropped a bunch of stuff off in a locked cargo container ages ago, just so we'd have some excess stuff. Let's also go bottle, and in fact, let's drop off you 2 partially spent ones, grab 3 of those. Cool. And one last thing we want to do to this is we're going to go ahead and put a light on it, because we are going to be in a tunnel, so I don't want to be flying about in complete and utter pitch black darkness. If we can help it, we should have the light on our actual character, but just in case that doesn't really work, putting this in here. Cool. So there we go. This is a fully functional drone now, in theory. Whew. Except for the one thruster at the back. Whew. Almost forgot that. So let's go ahead. Quick save, because frack the world if this fails. God, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. Oh my god, oh my god! Oh, thank Christ. Okay, cool. So let's select you. Let's do our remote control nice and quick like. Awesome. Zoom forward a little bit. Angle ourselves this way a little bit. We're tilted a bit to the left, which is ideal right now. And let's go ahead and put in that last thruster right here. Awesome. I even had the stuff on me for it. That's absolutely fine. I hope this whole thing doesn't just start permanently dropping now that it's on. Okay, good. There you go, the Ugly Duckling Mark II. Or actually, we're just going to call this one the Ugly Box, because it is just like, it looks like a box from this angle right here. Alright, let's go ahead. Another quick save. Why not? Let's do our remote control. Okay, good. We can still move our camera with Alt. You can do that when you're in a seat, oddly enough. Let's turn off the light. Let's actually hop out. Let's hop out all the way. Let's turn on our character's lights and hop in here, so hopefully those will still be on. Let's remote control it. And let's go test it real quick. So we're going to go down to that test hole we dug ages ago. So it's got good drop and stop. And our power supply is looking pretty good. We're only using like 30 when we're idling. Cool. I can't remember where I dug that tunnel. That's not ideal. It's been a little while though, so let's just hop out and dig another tunnel really quickly, right here in the brightness of the world. So down, 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 sort of, you know, creating the same difficulties we're probably going to have down in the cave. We do sort of have that U-bend thing I keep saying, which is probably the wrong name for it. Whatever. There we go. But at least now we can test this to see if it'll actually fit in there. Please, God, let it fit in there. Oh, cripey. Crimey, cribbity crickets. Forgot about cyberhounds. We could lose this ship right now if we're not quick enough. Okay, so remote control. Can we go to third person? We can, because of our character. We can't rotate our camera one in third, though. So drop us down. Can we fit into the hole? Please fit. Please, God, fit. Please, Jesus. God almighty, it fits. It barely fits, but it fits. And if it barely fits, It's good enough. All we gotta do is get it down into the hole, and then I can get out and I can drill the area around a little bit and make it bigger, so it'll get the rest of the way in. So we're good. We're good. Alrighty, guys. I think that'll be this episode. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably this episode. Next episode, we're going to go ahead and invade the enemy base with our silly, silly drone. God, Cyberhounds, you're spooking me. Anyway, guys and gals, thanks a bunch for watching, and I shall see you next time for our... Well, it should be all spent there, actually being progressing, hopefully. See you guys then. Hey, Editor Sage here. Just really quickly thought I would say I've also been a bit under the weather recently. My dog had a set of seizures, was pretty terrible, so I wasn't here because of that. And then I had a ear infection, which, well, pretty much wrecked my brain and made me spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in bed. And then I woke up this morning with just a bit of blood on my ear, and the pain is pretty much gone, so hey, success. So just in case anybody was wondering where I've been for the last few days, that's what's been up. I've been pretty much bedridden, and of course before that I did have a day where I was just panicking about my dog who was in the hospital. He's better now, you can probably hear him whining. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording this and go hang out with him. Anyway, thanks a bunch guys for watching, and thanks everybody on Twitter who gave me well wishes and stuff. I do post on Twitter about this stuff if you're curious. Ta-ta! You ready to go somewhere? You wanna walk? You wanna walk? I love you, handsome. Yeah, let's go for a walk.